few seconds for more people to join me over here, just while I shuffle up my deck. Wow, this one really wanted to pop up. All right, so I have the Lenormand deck out today, and I can tell you guys that this is about love. It's about relationship, and it's funny because when I started today's stream, I was very sure that I wanted to talk about love, because the past few readings have been a lot about personal growth, have been a lot about career. So today I want to talk about love, relationships. So I can already tell. I don't like to beat around the bush, so I am just going to say it right away. The tarot card over here is the Two of Cups. So definitely there is a mutual respect here, mutual understanding, mutual attraction. So if you are attracted to this person, they're attracted to you right back. In fact, I think there might be a lot of mirroring. I talk about waiting for people to show up, and then I just start yapping because I feel like I'm live, so I cannot be quiet. While I have 0 viewers right now, well, hopefully more people will join later. All right, so the Two of Cups talks about mutual respect, understanding, attraction, love, okay? So there's definitely that. There's no lack of attraction for each other in this connection. Um, I do feel like there is a need for communication though, because I feel like someone is not expressing or not being expressive enough, or trying to be a little sneaky even, where you're trying to hide your true feelings, hide your emotions for whatever reason. Okay, maybe you're scared of commitment, scared of, just afraid of, like what if they break your heart as well. So in a relationship, that is always a chance that you have to take, right? As scary as that is, heartbreak is always a possibility. But so far, what I see from you, for you, is there is a need for communication, open and honest communication, discussion even. Be a little more vulnerable, because there's definitely a stable connection in your future. And it's, the stork talks about migration, travel. It talks about beginnings, right? So there is a beginning here, but before it becomes something more stable, you have to give it a chance. You cannot be scared and run away from this. So there is definitely a need. Fox is always sly and sneaky and a little bit self-obsessed, and that's absolutely fine, I guess, to a certain degree. But if you feel like your self-obsession is getting to the point where you don't want to talk about your feelings, or you're not expressing yourself, you're hiding your true emotions from this person, then Spirit definitely wants you to pay a little more attention to that, be a little more strategic, and communicate how exactly you feel about this connection to this person, okay? And there's definitely major potential here for this to be a lifelong connection, with the Two of Cups and the Anchor and the Stork cards over here, okay? All right, let's get some more tarot insights. Hi, Ilya. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Ilya. I like that name, by the way. Hello. I'm just shuffling up the cards to see a bit more about what's up. Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Definitely a slow burn, okay? Which is good. Wow, Ten of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so this person likes to take their time. They're not going to rush you. They're not going to go super fast, because they probably already know that you are scared of commitment and you are being a little hesitant. And you're not going to just, like if they say jump, you're not going to be like, how high, like you are going to take your time. And as I mentioned earlier, you are most likely mirroring each other. So however you feel, or your thoughts about this person, they're thinking the same way about you. With the Knight of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles, definitely they are thinking about a future with you. Ten of Pentacles talks about stability, foundation, lifelong commitments, and lifelong changes. So that is a very high possibility with this connection, but they are taking their time. So don't worry about that. That's fine. Slow and steady wins the race, right? Let's get some more tarot, and then I'm going to read some oracle and see exactly what they like about you. Hopefully we have some more people joining us soon. I'm trying a different time slot today. I usually do this around like 4:35, but today I just wanted to try a different time slot. Yeah, traveling is there. This could also be a long distance connection where the two of you are not going to be physically around each other too much, but I can already tell this is more of an emotional communication, an emotional connection. So, and because I said communication, this could also be that you guys are telepathically communicating with each other. And you want to say a lot, okay? A lot of cards just flew by. So I feel like there is a lot that you want to say to each other, but for some reason you are keeping it shush and not saying. And there's just too much noise inside, but not being expressed. Wow, we have the Ace of Cups. For most of you, this is something new. Maybe you just met them, or maybe you just became more interested and attracted to them, but I see it's a more recent connection over here. Yeah. They love how you are with other people. They love how you talk. They like how polite you are. You know how to communicate. You know how to talk. They like that you are very aesthetic. And they like that you're mysterious. You're a little mystery to them. I think that's because you don't really say everything. And I also feel like you're somebody who doesn't give a shit. I hope no kids are watching because I do use these words sometimes, but yeah. You're somebody who doesn't really care what others are saying about you, and you're just going to be like, I'm gonna do me, and you can take it or leave it, that kind of energy, and they dig. They like that. Hi, Sagit, Travi, Sexton. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you. You guys can leave some questions if you want, and I can answer at the end of my lives. That's what I've been doing. I take a few questions. All right, so you're a bit of a mystery to them, and they really like that. I also feel like they could be trapped in their feelings. Maybe they didn't expect this to get any serious, and they are now getting serious, and it scares them as well. Definitely a lot of mirroring in this connection. Like, both of you are a little scared. Yeah, I feel like it's better if one person's scared and then the other person can kind of handle the situation, but both of you are scared, so both of you are having a tough time expressing yourself, and that's where the problem is coming from. Why are you so scared? You have to be vulnerable when it comes to connections. I mean, if you see a future or you want a future, you have to, sort of wear your heart a little bit on your sleeve, because how else are you going to make a meaningful connection if you are so worried and so scared about where's this going, what's going to happen, what if they break up with me, what if they don't like me, what if they have a problem with this and that. You cannot have all of these fears in your mind, especially at the beginning of a connection, because it kind of destroys where it's going. Because like, you being scared of where this is going is going to affect it in a negative way. So maybe just kind of set yourself a little loose, be a little free, and just be yourself. You have to be yourself for them to actually like you for who you are and not someone you're pretending to be. Yeah, the Empress. A glow up. There's a glow up. I feel like some of you are getting your confidence because of this connection, okay? Confidence is something that definitely comes from within. I do agree and I believe that. But, let's not pretend that how other people think about us and what they say about us does not impact our confidence, especially when you are younger. It really influences how you feel about yourself, right? So I feel like this connection is going to help you glow up and feel just um, more confident in yourself, and you're also going it's going to reflect on how other people see you. You being that confident and getting that glow up is going to affect how other people see you, praise you, and appreciate you. Okay. Yeah, definitely a lot of travel with this connection with the world and the chariot. You're moving forward, okay? This is not ending anytime soon, so don't even worry about that. Don't worry about that, okay? Yes, authentic self. Somebody deleted their comment. Please be patient with me, guys. I have to finish this read before I start answering any questions. This is hopefully a safe space so you can say whatever you want. Be respectful, though. I don't do very well with disrespect. Okay. Let's see what they like about you. Everybody likes to hear that, right? What they like about you. I can already tell they're very attracted to you. They like your courage. They like your confidence. They like how independent you are. And they like that, like the way you just radiate reliance upon yourself and how you take on situations. They dig. They really enjoy that about you. What else do they like about you? What's up? What do they like about my viewers? We're watching right now and we're gonna watch later. Let's see what your person likes about you. They like how curious you are. I think some of you could also be dealing with ADHD. Okay, this is not a diagnosis. This is just something I got intuitively. But they like how you're curious and you're playful and you easily this is very specific, but I feel like you might be somebody who's talking about one thing and then you just all of a sudden remember something that's completely different from your original conversation, and then you'll start talking about that thing. And then after 10 minutes of yapping about that thing, you're like, oh my God, what were we even talking about? This is not what we were talking about. So they like that about you. They're attracted to that. They think that's cute. You have a playful energy that they really like. And an adventurous spirit as well. Yeah, you're a little reckless, right? You don't overthink things. You just do. You're not overthinking, overcomplicating situations. You're just like, okay, let's do this. And then you go and do it. You're not looking for validation from other people. They really like that about you. Not seeking any validation, okay? And if you feel like that's not who you are, then maybe try to encompass some of these qualities in you. Because not seeking validation from your external sources is the best thing that you can do to yourself. Okay. I'm not arguing anybody, Sajid. I believe you. if you say you have that, then I believe you. Saji. Okay. All right. Yeah, I do feel like you can be a little bit of an attention seeker, but I also feel like this could also be that you just get attention naturally. You're not like going out of your way to seek it, but because you're so confident, you just get it. Like whenever you are entering a room, people take notice. And they have seen that. They notice that about you. And they like that about you, right? Okay, what else they like about you? You are into philosophical and spiritual things. Is that true? We can be buddies then. You're into spirituality. You're interested. I mean, obviously you're watching tarot, so I'm gonna assume that you do believe in it. You are interested in philosophy, interested in spirituality, interested in the occult. And they like that. What's not to like? Isn't that a good quality? Better than being obsessed with anything else and any worldly thing. I think it's better to be obsessed with the spiritual side of things. You're not harming anybody doing that. That's nice, Saji. That's really nice. So do you know how to read? Do you know how to read tarot? Or do you want to learn or practice? Yeah, you have a lot of stamina. You have stamina, you have energy, you don't get tired very easily, and also feel like you could be somebody who gets bored easily because um, you like to do things, and when you feel like you're not able to do much or not going out much, you find yourself saying, I'm bored. Wow, you created your own deck. That's really cool. I'm not very artsy like that. I wish I can create my own deck, but I have to purchase. Oh, that's so sad it got stolen. That's so... Wow. Who would steal art like that? That's crazy. Okay, do you guys want to know what they don't like about you? Or, you know what? Who cares what they don't like about you? Let's talk about things that you can work on, right? Things that you can actually work on in your own self that's going to help you in life and in future. Let's do that. I like that. Wow, a lot of artists today. Cardinal rule. You made your own deck too? Wow. That's really cool. Inspiration. That's wow. Okay. So number one thing that you can work on yourself is that you're really, really impulsive, okay? You do not think much. You just get an idea and then you go for it, which is sometimes a good thing, but also other times you have to strategize. You cannot just jump, right? You have to think how you're gonna jump, how hard is the cliff, how high is the cliff. Do you know how to swim? You cannot just jump in waters and just leave it to the universe thinking, you know, if it's my destiny, I'll drown. If it's not in my destiny, I'll survive. That's not how it works. You have to think things through. And like, yeah, if you go to the deep end of the pool and you don't know how to swim, you're gonna drown, right? So think about all these things before you act. All right, let's look at another thing that you can work on yourself. You're really ambitious, but I feel like sometimes you overwork and put too much pressure on yourself, and then you're not able to complete the tasks that you put on yourself. That, hey, you have like 10 things that you want to do, but then you're not able to finish those things because you have so many dreams and so many goals. So maybe like have one or two goals and try to work on those goals and then move on to the next one, right? I dabble with things, symbolic things, crystals, rocks. Wow, that's really cool. Never fully. I wish we can fly. That would be really nice if we had wings like that. You know what? It's okay if you're interested in something. It's actually really fine to dabble with it as much as you want, and you don't have to fully engross yourself into those things, right? It's fine. Even having a little knowledge about a lot of things is good because you can talk about so many different things. And then when you feel that true passion and true connection to one of those things, then you can dabble in completely and like completely engross yourself into that. So for now, I'm like that too. Like I do a lot of things, but I cannot say that I am an expert in it, even one thing. I know a lot about different things, but I think that's fine. I used to also criticize myself for that, but now I feel like it's fine. It's fine to have a lot of different interests, and you don't have to completely immerse yourself to all of them, right? So if that's you as well, you don't have to put too much pressure. Like I said in this card, like you put too much pressure on yourself. You don't have to. It's fine. You have difficulty asserting yourself. Yeah, that's where we started off in this reading. Look at that. You have difficulty asserting yourself. Love and relationships are vital to your happiness. You don't know how to express yourself. And also, for some of you, I think that's a very specific message, but for some of you, it's really hard for you to actually be by yourself and be alone. And that's very important as well. Like you cannot keep hopping from one connection to another connection to one friend to another friend to someone, like you need to be with someone or need to have a romantic interest. That is so unhealthy. Like it's really important for you to sometimes be by yourself, because if you're not by yourself, you don't even know how you feel. Like you're always in a noise, always in a crowd, always getting influenced by whoever you're interested in, because we are humans, and that just happens naturally. As much as you want to believe that it doesn't, whoever you're around, you are going to get influenced by their presence. So once in a while, it's actually really important to be by yourself. So if that's you, then let that be your message, that take some time by yourself. Don't always have someone that you're interested in, some new connection. I see so many celebrities who are like that. Like they, like in 10 years they've been with 8 different people and it's like, when were you alone? When were you by yourself? Like how do you even know what you want to do when you are by yourself? Because when you're in a connection, then everything becomes about what you do together, right? So like you need to be comfortable in your own presence, just you. And if you can do that, then nobody is more powerful than you. That is such a strong, just amazing thing, to be happy in your own presence. You're easy to get along and have the potential for success. Yes, definitely. You're an easy person to get along with because you have so many interests and you have so many amazing qualities. So there's always something to talk about. And that's what friendships are, right? Like good conversations. And if you know how to converse, you have different various interests and there is never like a dull moment with you. So yes, you make friends easily and people get impressed with you easily, right? Okay, so what are they thinking? What do they want to say to you? I remember every detail of that day. So there is like one particular day that's really special to them, that they think about a lot and they replay it in their head. They remember what you were wearing, what you were saying, how you were saying, the sparkle in your eyes. What made you smile that day. Like they are constantly thinking about one particular moment. All right. I am so attracted to you. I began this reading with that, with the Two of Cups, there is definitely attraction, and it's mutual attraction. So yes, they are also very attracted to you. They like your smile. That's something I just picked up intuitively. They like your smile. There's a lot of fear in this connection, guys. Like, I feel like both of you are scared that the other person will leave you. We already talked a lot about fear, but I feel like that's the reason why the communication is not as good as it should be, because you're both worried too much about what ifs and what if it doesn't work. I am grateful for the spiritual lesson. Yes, that's because you're into spirituality and philosophy. So it's not like you're preaching, but you know, they're learning so much from you because of those things that you like, right? All right. Is this a better time slot, or should I just stick to my usual time slot? I'm not sure how many people are watching. I'm gonna have to check my analytics for that, but I don't see a lot of questions today. And not too many reactions and likes too. Guys, please give me a thumbs up if you're watching. It's free. Make me happy. I need some validation. Thank you. Look at me. I'm talking about not needing validation, and then I'm like, give me likes, subscribe. All right, my life is not as together as it seems. Okay, something's up. That's, I mean, obviously, if they have fears around it, something must have happened, right? They have trust issues. Their past heartbreaks is what's affecting how they see their current situation with you. We will be together again. So this could be like a no contact thing for some of you. And they want to say that they are going to find you again. Hopefully not in a stalkery cycle way, but yeah. Thank you, Saji, for that. Yes, not liking the numbers a lot today, but that's fine. As long as there are a few people still watching. Maybe I should get back to my usual time. I want to be more than friends. Duh. This whole reading screams attraction and romantic interest. So, yes, they would love to grab a cup of coffee with you as, you know, more than friends. I can't stop thinking about you. Yes, they're a little obsessed. Hopefully they're thinking all the good things about you and not the negative things. But yeah, they're in love. It's a love connection. Okay, I'm gonna get one final message. Did I have any questions in this read? I have messages, but I don't see any questions. I'm a Cancer rising too, and an Aquarius sun. So that's a weird combination. Kind of makes sense. Okay. One last message for the few people watching. Yeah, strong boundaries are needed here. And by boundaries, I don't mean that intensify your fears for this connection or intensify your insecurities. By boundaries, I mean be true to who you are. And if you are not comfortable doing something or saying something or sharing something, then don't, okay? You have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with who you truly are at the core of things. And if they still like you despite that, then that's a win. And if they like you after you've been like a totally different person and tried to completely change yourself, then that is a loss, in my opinion. Okay, that's how I feel about this. Okay, do we have any other question? Okay, did you sleep with your first deck by your side or under your pillow? Did you ask your deck to see how they sold work with you? No, I don't do those things. I did sleep with a deck, I would say, but not because I thought it's going to get me closer, or the deck is going to get some magical powers or something, but it was just I was doing a reading and I just kept it with me and I slept. So I don't really believe that you need to sleep with your deck or something like that. That's just a bit too much for me. Um, I also use tarot less as a divination and more as a psychological tool, because I do believe that people invariably get the messages that are meant for them. I believe in God. So yeah, I don't believe that tarot is evil or anything, because I believe it's paper at the end of the day. So that is how I feel about tarot and spirituality. Um, I think that whatever you need to hear and whatever messages are meant for you are going to find their way to you. And it's just a tool, it's a psychological tool. So that's my little opinion about this. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Saji Travis Sexton. I think you've been very vocal throughout this read, so I appreciate you being here. It's been a little dead today for me. Not many people joined, but it was fun talking to you. And hopefully, guys, whoever's watching, hopefully this reading was helpful. And I will see you guys in my next one. I do lives every day, so I'll catch you tomorrow. Stay serene. Bye.